Welcome back. We're continuing to cover late-breaking news on the west side of town where a shooting has taken place that involved a police officer.
We do have a reporter on the scene now. Tiffany Huertas is joining us live now with more on what she is seeing out there. Tiffany.
Patty, Ursula, a very active scene here on the west side, but let me step out so you can take a look at it. This is Penn Road and Westfield Drive near Highway 90. As you can see, a lot of law enforcement is out here, multiple police vehicles, so please avoid the area if possible. It's very busy. There's a lot of restaurants and shopping. There's even a shopping plaza here as well. What we do know is that Cable Elementary School was on lockdown out of caution. All the students and staff are safe right now. We don't have a lot of information, but as you can see, there's yellow tape surrounding this community. A lot of concerned citizens. I did speak with one resident who lives right behind this area and couldn't get to his house, but tells me that, you know, he is concerned because he is seeing a lot of law enforcement here. But shortly, we will be hearing from law enforcement. As we can see right now, Chief Willie McManus is heading this direction, and he will give us some more information about what exactly happened here. But what we do know is that please avoid this area near Penn Road and Westfield Drive near Highway 90. And what we do know is that this all happened just before noon. We are looking at this live scene right now, and we are seeing Chief Willie McManus heading this way. So if you want to hold on just 1 second, and then you can hear him give the very latest.
We take it on here somewhere?
We are waiting for the chief to begin speaking here. We're having a little bit of technical difficulty, so stand by.
Yes, Chief. As always, this is preliminary and things could change. I was able to watch the body cam or the Coban video, which does not have sound, but I did watch that. And what we have is a traffic stop. There were 3 individuals in the vehicle, in the truck. The officer walked up to the vehicle, stood there for just a few short minutes, having what appeared to be a casual conversation with the driver, and then at some point, I'm not sure why, but the driver pulled a gun and started firing at the officer. The officer was hit in the hand, and my understanding is once on the radio as well. He retreated backward, returning fire. Inside the vehicle, the passenger and the driver were both shot. They are both deceased, and the 3rd passenger was transported to the hospital, shot in the upper torso. That's what we have right now. That's all the information as I know it.
Chief, the officer that was shot in the hand, can you tell us how long he's been on?
He's been on 5 years. He was transported to the hospital.
What was the reason for the traffic stop?
I don't know the reason for the traffic stop.
And his status, Chief, the officer that was shot in the hand?
My understanding is he's talking, and I'm getting ready to go over and visit him now, but I've not spoken to him, and I don't know his condition other than he was shot in the hand.
Do you have any sort of descriptors for the 2 deceased?
Both male, appear to be in their 20s, maybe mid to late 20s. The 3rd subject, I don't know any descriptors on that person.
We saw a woman being transported out with a gunshot wound. I mean, could it possibly have been that woman?
Yes, that was who it was, yes.
Any other questions? Okay, thank you.
Chief, were there any other officers with this?
No, he was by himself. And I will tell you again that he approached the vehicle, spoke very casually at the window for, I don't know, maybe a minute and a half, 2 minutes. And then all of a sudden the gun was pulled and he ran backward and returned fire. And the result was two deceased in the vehicle and third person injured from the gunshot wound. I will also say that the officer was very, very lucky to be alive at that close range, having been shot in the hand and not somewhere else more vital. The surprising thing to me was the conversation at the door was very casual.
And I know you said casual. You said there was no audio. Did it just seem casual?
Just there was no excited motion, no excited motioning with the hands or anything like that. It was just very casual conversation from its appearance.
And then I was able to speak with a few witnesses about how many bullets, shots were fired. We're hearing like 20. I'm not sure if that's true or not, but I wanted to get from you at least an estimated about how many. Was it 10, 5? Was it a lot of shots?
I know there were multiple shots fired from the truck, and I couldn't tell you how many shots were fired from the police officer at this point. There were multiple rounds, but I couldn't tell you how many exactly.
How long do you all plan on being out here?
We'll be out here for probably a couple hours.
Chief, on what hand did he get injured, and how hard is it to shoot with a hand that's injured?
Well, it's difficult, obviously, but he managed to do it. Actually, he managed to do a reload. My understanding is the firearm had a malfunction, and he was actually able to reload in a pretty quick time. And
Last question?
Yeah.
Chief, do you know, were officers having any directed patrols in this area or anything like that? Any specific instructions?
That I don't know. But anyway, he's an officer patrolling here, routine traffic stop, which turned out to be not so routine after all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You have been listening to a live news conference with Police Chief William McManus outlining what little bit of preliminary information he now knows.
We know that 2 people are dead and 2 people were sent to the hospital, including a police officer who was shot in the hand. This is how he said it started. It started as a traffic stop, and it seemed pretty routine. The police chief said he watched the video, but there's no audio. But he says just based on body language, it seemed like it was just a routine traffic stop that didn't look threatening, when all of a sudden, according to the chief, the suspect in the vehicle took out a weapon and started firing at the officer. The officer was injured in the finger, and another bullet that landed on his radio.
Right. This was the driver who pulled out a gun, according to the chief. The driver and a passenger then received return fire from that officer, who began returning fire as he was falling backward, hitting both the driver and the passenger. 2 men in their mid to late 20s, the chief said. There was a third person who was in that dark truck, a passenger who was also shot in the upper torso. We have no confirmation on whether it's a man or a woman, but that person was transported to the hospital as well. The driver and the passenger, meantime, those 2 men are deceased, and they are beginning their investigation now.
And the police chief saying multiple shots were fired from that vehicle, from that truck. He's also saying, quote, the officer is lucky to be alive because he was shot at such a close range.
Right. 5-year veteran of the San Antonio Police Department, lucky to be alive. This is all coming from preliminary information. They did have body cam footage, no sound, but at least body cam footage that told them what happened, since this officer was working by himself on a routine traffic stop. He was on traffic duty today. Again, that officer walking away with simply a gun injury, a bullet to his hand, but was able to return fire, defend himself, and will survive this incident.
And it looks like that scene's going to be closed for a little while. So just know that if you're traveling to that area, that is what you're going to find. I'm actually going to be headed out to that scene right now. We're going to have more on this, of course, online on ksat.com and on the 5 and 6 p.m. newscast.
All right. Again, the 2300 block of Penn Road will be shut down at Westfield for hours to come while they investigate. Very busy shopping area. We will bring you as much information as we can throughout the afternoon, and we'll see you next on KSAT 12 News at 5. In the meantime, they're standing by at SA Live at Market Square.
celebrate San Antonio. Coming to you live from historic Market Square. This is SA Live.
Well, hey, cheers to the weekend and cheers to that fine gentleman right there. Gerardo Carvajal, of course, he's the glue that holds Market Square together.
Yes, and even with that mask on, boy, you can see that big old smile that he always has. Friendliest guy around here. Cheers to the weekend. Happy Friday, everybody. I'm Mike Osterhage.
And I'm Fiona Gorostiza, and we are so ready for this weekend.
And what better way to start the weekend? Maybe a little something that's got a little zing to it. Nick Smink, owner of Artisan Distillery, our good friend, is here to make some spring-inspired cocktails. Despite the fact it's going to be a little cooler this weekend, yeah, we're kind of getting into that mode where you want something sunny and refreshing, I guess.
Yes.
Perfect time with everything fresh in the market.
And we've got drinks for everyone, because we've got cocktails, we've got mocktails, we've got something for the furry friends, which we'll get to, but we're going to start over here.
And you said fresh from the market because we're using fruit juice to mix with this, right?
Purees and fruit juice and stuff like that. So we're going to start with a spicy mango martini. So just as strong as you want it on the vodka, we make Texas Pride vodka, and then fresh made lemon infusion. So it's like a weak lemonade. So do about twice as much of the vodka than the vodka that you put in. So a little bit more
twice
of that.
as much this, okay.
Yeah. So it's a 2-to-1 ratio of mix to the vodka stuff. And then let's do some fresh puree. We're doing mango today. Ooh. And you puree it up. You can't really muddle it up. It's a little stringy and everything like that. So that's good. Okay. Let's go ahead and spice this up. We're going to do jalapeno and serrano. I just mash that up in the blender and do about a half a teaspoon if you want it light, a whole teaspoon if you want it a little spicier. That's
like
good.
That? Okay.
Yeah.
And you have a drink that's even spicier than that one, right?
We actually get into the infused Ghost and Reaper also. Oh. So, and we do a Reaper challenge. If you want to do a shot, I'll actually buy you the shot, a 2-ounce shot of the Reaper, and see your reaction.
Has anybody done that?
5 people have done it. 3 have not had a reaction. They're all firemen.
They're all firemen.
No. So we go ahead and pour it in the martini glass.
And what do you got around the rim there?
That's just tahini. Locally made, really nice, gives a nice spice to it. So, but I use everything fresh at my
it does have a little kick to it.
Yeah, a little kick to it.
Are you awake?
Hello.
It wakes you up.
I mean the spice, not the
I know.
So it's like, hello. Okay.
The next one we're going to actually make is a raspberry lemonade. Now you can actually make this as a mocktail too. So let's first make it as a mocktail. So we're actually using just lemonade. I actually make my own lemonade and stuff. Go a little bit more on that, and then that's good. And then go ahead and do raspberry, muddled up raspberry and stuff in there, and then squeeze that half of an orange that is in there. Now you do this as a mocktail if you don't want the vodka and stuff like that in there. You don't have to have it. But since we want a little bit of a kick for the weekend, let's go ahead and put vodka as much as you want.
Can you take, when you go to the grocery store and you're walking around the produce section, just about any fruit and puree it and use it in the cocktail?
Sure. You always have to just think of the mixture. Think about when you cook, how you freehand cook. I mean, you don't follow recipes and stuff like that. I look at things like kiwis and stuff, and I'm going, let's try to make a martini out of it. So, yeah. Lately, I actually did a key lime pie. I gutted a key lime pie, blended it up, put vodka in it, and I make that as a martini at my place.
Why not? Now, is it good to add not only the vodka to the fruit, but like a lemonade or something like that as sort of that other base liquid?
Yeah, you really shouldn't just take the fruit and just put it with vodka. You need a little refresher and extender, is how I put it. There you go. So doing lemonades is really nice, but keep them on the weak side so it doesn't overpower things.
How is that?
It's good.
I could tell.
That's really good.
But then we have something for the guys and stuff like that. Let's do a whiskey one. Now this is pecan aged whiskey that we have, and we're pre-pouring here. Now this is a salted caramel. Let's do a drizzle on that, and a little bit of maple syrup. And it's really nice, really refreshing on that.
That sounds, it's almost like a version of an old-fashioned.
Yeah, but we're not using the oranges and stuff like that. We do have, here Mike, go ahead and try that one.
Okay.
There we go.
Thank you, sir.
Now we have about 25 seconds left, but there's something for the dogs, right?
It's called Sniff Nuts, and we make this at the distillery.
That's tasty.
We actually take peanut butter, blend it up. This one's a little messy here. Put it in there for the dogs.
And you are located where?
402 Austin Street, so basically 9th Street and Austin Street. And we have a lot of entertainment. We have stages and stuff like that. We have bands. We're looking for more bands too.
Yeah. And of course, with the dog drink, dogs are welcome there, inside and out.
Yes. All right.
For more information on Artisan, head over to SALive.com and click on the As Seen on SA Live tab, where we have provided a link, and he has food as well. So, hey, you know what goes great with a cool beverage on a day like this? Oh, a little TV time. And of course, today is Selena Day. Today would have been Selena's 50th birthday. That's hard to believe.
Yeah, so cheers to that. And tomorrow, Game of Thrones is celebrating its 10th anniversary from the original air date. 10 years.
That's hard to believe, because you had Game of Thrones. The Selena series is on there, and a lot of people have been binging a lot of good TV shows. But then you think back, what is, you know, even the ones who've been binging.
What is the greatest show of all time? And that's tough, because you have to pick across the genres.
Is it comedy? Is it serious? If comedy-wise, I like Frasier. I mean, because I love it, because everybody had kind of an equal laugh line going in there, and that's why I like Modern Family so well, because everybody's kind of equal in their whole laugh line. So, what about you?
I love Lucy still. That's still my favorite, will always be my favorite, so I still watch that to today. So let us know at SA Live KSAT on Facebook and Twitter, and we'll see how that shakes down a little later.
Well, of course, like we were talking about, very special day for Selena fans.
Today would have been the Queen of Tejano's 50th birthday, and her legacy continues to live on. And today we get to chat with one of the stars of the Netflix show Selena, the series.
Our Jen Trusky has today's celebrity chat with Naomi Gonzalez, who plays Selena's sister, Suzette Quintanilla.
Yes, take in those Selena vibes. For me this morning, I was dancing to her music, had my daughter dancing as we celebrate what would have been her 50th birthday. And today we're bringing in Noemi Gonzalez for our celebrity chat. Now, she plays Suzette Quintanilla and was a huge fan growing up. So this is a big deal.
Oh, thank you so much. Happy birthday, Selena. Happy day. Good morning, San Antonio.
Thank you so much for doing this. Noemi, first of all, how did your audition go when you auditioned for this series? Because I hear that maybe you auditioned for Selena's role. Is that right?
Right. Yeah. Incredible. I definitely set a prayer suit for the consideration. And then shortly thereafter, my manager was like, you know, the Suzette breakdown came out, and I see you in her essence so much more, because obviously he's been working with me for nearly 10 years, that I was like, you know, you're right. Let's do this. And then audition, interview, camera test, and musician questions, and now I'm here talking to y'all.
Now with you are one of those diehard Selena fans, correct? So this experience, I mean, I get goosebumps right now, right? I mean, this is Selena country down here in South Texas. I remember the day she passed in elementary. It was just, everything came crashing down. And so for you, being able to take in the family and the story and the deeper story with this Netflix series, how did that work for you? How did you feel going into this character?
It was definitely emotional. It was definitely a lot of inner child beauty of, you know, being a little Latina girl in humble desert hot springs, having her dreams to you know, have a beautiful, happy life in the future, and then register that I'm an artist, to have Selena be an inspiration, and then have that connection with her, to, you know, have some inspiration, and then ultimately to be sharing her story for future generations. It was just full circle. So there's definitely a lot of connection, definitely a lot of emotions, excitement, getting to like have that connection with her music as opposed to just listening to it and singing it. And now I get to play and rock out and feel as if like she's my sister. It's like, what is going on? What blessing did I stumble upon with her world? I'm just so grateful.
And did you know how to play the drums? Did you know before? Oh, tell me about this. So how did you do that? Because you look great, okay?
Thank you so much. Thank you, because it was hard. We got to learn some songs. The first song that I learned was Baila Esta Cumbia. So that was really, really fun. Selena, for me, has been an inspiration. She's been definitely someone that I consider a role model in many ways, because she really has been a pioneer for representation of womanhood, of artistry, of Latinidad, familia. And they're just such all beautiful, beautiful qualities. And then just her big, big smile and radiance is just everything. So it's just wonderful that, you know, people from all kinds of backgrounds have a lot of people to look up to, and we definitely have Selena.
What can you tell us as we wrap up here about season 2?
I'd say what we can look forward to is really seeing the children, the kids of part 1 now become the adults and navigate not just life, but being an atypical family of musicians that is reaching success.
Well, Noemi, thank you so much for doing this. We'll look out for you, keep following you. I know there's movies coming out. I know you're a busy woman, and you make us proud. Very happy for you. For more information on Noemi Gonzalez, please go to SALive.com, where we have a link for her social media account. Keep up with her, and I think your journey's just beginning. So much more to see with Noemi. Thank you so much.
Well, you can check out KSAT's Siempre Selena special on KSAT.com to see how Selena continues to influence so many people to this day.
Indeed. All right. Later in the show, it's all new Texas Eats this weekend, and we have a special preview for you. Hope you like chicken.
And you can have amusement park fun brought to your backyard. Mike and I have a friendly competition to see who can win these outdoor games. It's next on
Olympic
SA Live.
athletes have nothing on us. Welcome back to SA Live. Well, Games to You is a mobile entertainment service in San Antonio that can bring tons of outdoor games right to your door.
Yes, and we went across the street to Central Catholic's football field to test out the games and have a little friendly competition.
Now, you can place us with some of the greatest competitors in history. You know, Jesse Owens, decathletes.
Hardly.
And then you'd get a good laugh at that, but you'd be astonished by what we accomplish in this segment, or don't accomplish in this segment, and how well Fiona does, or how well I let her win. Take a look.
Oh my goodness!
I know.
This is a whole football field full of stuff. Mike, we gotta hold on. We gotta start stretching. In fact, you know, I think I probably should have started training for this 6 weeks ago.
We're just gonna have to stretch just from going from one end to the other on these things.
You brought Games to You right here to the Central Catholic Field. Tell us a little bit about what you do, because you bring the fun.
We do. We're all about the funness, and we have a little bit of this and that for everyone. So whatever sport you're into, basketball, football, baseball, soccer.
And again, you said you have every sport lined up behind us there, right?
We do. So we're going to pick your poison back here. We've got some human hamster balls. We have an 80-foot obstacle course and slide. This is just a taste of what we have in the warehouse.
Okay, you don't necessarily need a football field of a backyard for this stuff, because you can have a lot of this coming to your home, right?
No, you hit the key word. We've had every one of these activities in people's backyards for private parties. Not like 8 of them, but we've had 1 or 2.
Okay, how about the whole cleaning in between, you know, parties and everything?
The new normal. We have to do things a little differently than we did a year ago. So Sanitize Pro is our partners. We actually sanitize everything professionally with electrostatic sprayers before anyone touches anything. And during the course of the event or party, we re-sanitize as the party goes on, because we want it safe and healthy for the kiddos and big kids too.
All right,
no time like
let's get
started.
We have the 80-foot obstacle course. It's a dual head-to-head race, which means head-to-head.
Oh man.
You go through, over, under, and at the end there's a 20-foot slide you got to climb and go down. From 3, 2, 1, go!
Jeez, oh God, this is...
And Fiona's off, she's ahead. We got him up the first hill. She's got a net. Oh, tumbling really good. Makes it look graceful, and she's tumbling over the barrier. Mike's still struggling, but coming on. Here we are at the base of Mount KSAT, climbing the mountain. Come on, Mike, get up there. Come on, Fiona. She's making it. Mike's closing in, coming up on her. Oh, and she's caught on the top. There might be a little unfair hand-to-hand combat going on. And she wins, touch the ground first.
Yes!
Fiona takes it. Mike seems to be, oh, there we go. That's one way to come down. There we go. Nicely done.
Okay, I'm dizzy.
All right, Mike, tell us about the Eliminator.
Quite simply is you want to throw your balls through these holes so that you have nothing on your side. When you eliminate all the balls from your side, you eliminate your opponent and you win. Go! Oh, Mike just threw it. Now, that was a little deceptive there. But I think some cheating was going on. Fiona won easily, even with Mike cheating. All right, FIFA shootout. Pretty simple. Soccer ball, soccer goal. The holes score. The non-holes don't score. So we want to shoot it through the hole.
Did you play soccer?
No,
Okay.
not since elementary school.
Noonan.
Oh, that was close. Oh!
Did you get that?
Mike's up.
There we
Mike's
go.
up. No pressure. There's one. That's his foot. Does not count. Feet don't count. Hit him in the head. Oh, under his chest. Throw a hole.
Oh, close.
Our winner is Fiona. Oh.
Oh, so close.
So close.
If I had a better receiver.
Oh, not there. Oh, too close.
I know, you did.
Don't know.
Major League Baseball batter up, hovering baseball, pretty simple. You step up into the batter's box, you swing away, got the crouch. Good contact. Maybe the only. Oh, good line drive. Look at that. Oh, double! Hit it! Oh yeah! Good cut. Oh! That was legitimate. Oh! That was a good rip.
Got a double.
Good rip.
A few more tries than Fiona, but
Basketball, free throw challenge, a step up, duel side by side, first baskets in 15 seconds, win. Fiona got off to a lead. Fiona's got the lead going on. Fiona's got a slight lead. Mike's got a dry spell here. There we go. Mike's on the board. 3, 2, 1. Last shot. Score. 7 on Mike's side, 4 on Fiona. Mike is the winner. 7 to 4.
I never did make the team in junior high school.
All right, Mike, tell folks how they can make this happen for themselves.
It's easy. Games to You. GamesToYou.com or 545-GAME, 210 area code, of course. Give us a call. We can bring this to your backyard, front yard, church, school, football field, stadium, wherever you want.
And just a word to the wise. You may think you're young at heart, but just wait till you get on it. Take my word for it.
Do you have any ibuprofen?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
The big kind, yeah.
Good. All right, get inspired to revamp your home. The San Antonio Spring Home and Garden Show is back. Who gets in free today and Sunday next? Well, a big event kicks off today at the Alamo Dome. It's the San Antonio Spring Home and Garden Show, and it runs today through Sunday. And here to tell us what's in store is Christian Moore, Group Manager with Marketplace Events. Good afternoon.
Hello, thanks for having me.
Of course. Let's talk about what folks can expect this year at the Home and Garden Show.
Well, the great thing about the Home and Garden Show is it's a one-stop shop. So anything you want to do that's home related, whether it's interior decor, you want to remodel your kitchen or your bathroom, you need a new roof, windows, or you want to redo your backyard, your patio, whatever it might be, you can find something here available for you.
And of course, that's something that a lot of folks have been doing in the past year, is looking for ways to do that around their house because they have been home more often. How many years has this event been going on?
I believe this is our 46th year, so it's been around quite some time. And like you mentioned, people have been at home for a long time, so they want to spruce it up. So it's a great event for that.
Tell us a little bit about what safety looks like at the Alamo Dome for the Home and Garden Show.
So the Alamo Dome has some enhanced safety protocols this year. We've got everybody coming in and out the door. They're going to be getting temperature checked when they come in. All the attendees and all the exhibitors have to wear face covering unless they're eating or drinking. We've made the aisles bigger, so to help with social distancing. So they're about 5 feet wider than normal. And we've cut back quite a bit on all the areas where big crowds normally congregate. So we've got it spread out more so people can be safer to walk around. And we have hand sanitizing stations on all the aisles throughout the show. So we feel like we can do a very safe event.
All right, let's talk about the free admission because some folks can get in free. Tell us who and which days.
So today is for military, first responders. It's active or retired military. You just need to show a photo ID. And then on Sunday, we have a teacher day. So if you show a ID from a educational institution, you can get in free.
Tell folks how much tickets are and where they can find them.
Tickets are $10 at the door. If you go to our website, you get discounted tickets. They're $8 on the website. Also on the website, you can find out who's here at the show. You can plan your visit. We also have a virtual component of the show, so if you can't make it down here this weekend, you can still shop and get all the same great deals online through our website.
Tell us real quickly about some of the exhibitors you might be looking forward to.
So one of the ones I'm really excited to see is a company called Some Elbow Room, and with people spending more time at home, basically what they do is they turn in like a standard looking shed. They can turn it into a home office if you need that, a workout room, a guest room, whatever extra space you might need at your home, they can turn it into, and they look really nice. They're going to have 2 or 3 examples here on the show floor, so we're excited about that.
All right, Christian Moore, thank you so much for all that information. I know folks are looking forward to going. And the San Antonio Spring Home and Garden Show runs today through Sunday at the Alamo Dome. Admission is $10 at the door, $8 online. Today, military, veterans, and first responders get in free, and teachers get in free on Sunday. Tickets are on sale right now at the San Antonio SpringHomeShow.com. Christian Moore, thank you again for your time.
Thank you so much.
Welcome back to SA Live. Well, if you don't have plans for dinner tonight, you might just get a hankering for chicken after watching this.
Our David Elder is giving us a taste of Gold Feather Birds and Beers, and if you're looking for a job, guess what? They're hiring.
Let's see what's clucking on the menu at Gold Feather Birds and Beers. Gold Feather is serving up fried chicken dishes that are Southern favorites with the South Texas twist.
I've been here like 2 or 3 times already. Everything I've tried has just been excellent.
The most popular item on their menu, their churro chicken and waffles. Waffle batter gets poured into a screaming hot waffle iron and gets cooking. Then, 3 chicken tenders, brined overnight for maximum flavor and texture, get battered in a seasoned flour dredge and buttermilk mixture and tossed into the fryer to finish. When the waffles are ready, they get tossed with a cinnamon and sugar spice blend, and the whole plate gets covered in powdered sugar.
Get some of your syrup, this is where it's at. That's awesome. It's chicken and waffles, man. It's so good. The chicken has a really nice flavor to it, and you can tell from that brining process, the flavor goes all throughout. And then on the inside as well, from that buttermilk, nice and creamy, it stays moist. Outside has a nice crunch to it. And then you tackle it there with some of the waffle. Who would have thought? Churros and fried chicken, they go together hand in hand. This is a killer dish.
Like the location, service is good.
Also on the menu, a Nashville hot style chicken sandwich made with Texas toast. Butter gets splashed onto a griddle and the Texas toast gets toasted. A breaded and fried Redbird Farms chicken breast gets dipped in a house-made Nashville hot sauce and placed on a bed of garlic aioli and topped with creamy coleslaw and house-made pickles. The sandwich is also served up with French fries, get this, drenched in duck fat and covered in Parmesan and parsley.
That was probably our 3rd choice of bread before we went to the Texas toast. We're like, well, let's just be different. I mean, we're stuck on a brioche. 1 week before we opened, we're like, you know what? Texas toast looks fun. It's exciting, so let's try that out.
Oh, that's a good sandwich. The crunch on the bread, that is fantastic. They're toasting this thing really nice. Tons of butter. You got 3 B's of Southern cooking, butter, biscuits, and bacon. They're using a lot of butter on this thing. All that slaw in there is a nice contrast to a lot of that little bit of spicy, oily elements in there. But the pickles have a nice acidity to them that's cutting through some of those fatty flavors as well. It's a really well-balanced bite, but let me tell you, you're not gonna find anything like this at any of your average chicken places, right? This is a very special sandwich.
Coming up on SA Live. Mike goes for age, getting into a hamster ball. Don't worry, I'm next, and we're going to see who gets to the end and back first in a hamster ball race.
I'm okay.
Are you all right?
I think. What? Did that go in here? Fiona, where'd you go? Time for the finale of our outdoor games, and we saved the best for last?
Did we? Did we? Because we sure had a ball. At least I did. I don't know about Mike. But here's a look at how our hamster ball race turned out.
All right, here's our dual hamster ball racetrack. 80 feet up, 80 feet back, head-to-head hamster balls. They are the hamsters inside. And we're gonna go in 3, 2, 1. Go, 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 go! Fiona's got out by a neck. Mike seems to be struggling. Mike seems to be close. Mike goes down. He tumbles. Fiona hits the round. Coming back. Mike is on his back, not making much progress. Fiona's hitting her stride down the home stretch. Wins by a breakout. Fiona. Mike seems to be still down.
Oh, God, wait a minute.
At the end.
Okay.
Did I win? Run, hamster, run!
Watch the hole!
And Mike comes in with style. There we are. Oh, and he goes over the other side.
Are you okay?
What?
Did you hurt? How's your rotator cuff?
That's fine, the rest of me. Hey, warm up with the hot tub and swim spa sale. The San Antonio Spring Home and Garden Show is the place to be for this watery backyard fun.
But first, there's a lot more you can do to purify your air than just change your AC filter. KSAT local expert John Wayne Service Company walks us through it.
We're going to be installing some indoor air quality products, air ionizer, replacing the filter, also installing a 24/7 UV surface sanitation system, and then also EnviroPure Max to purify the air. First thing I'm going to do is go ahead and change the filter out. That's the first step. Then we'll be installing the 24/7 surface sanitation system, and then also we're installing the EnviroPure Max. And then last but not least, we'll be installing the ionizer, which will be going placed before the filter. And that way the ionizer will help take out any smells and smoke that might be in the home from cooking or smoking. Pulling out the old filter. We're getting rid of this. This is definitely pretty dirty. We'll be using our April Air filter. You'll be able to see the difference. Nice and clean. This is a high efficiency 1-year filter. This filter is designed to be in your system for 1 whole year without causing any type of stresses on the system as far as trying to get airflow, but also keep the air nice and clean and good quality for you and your family. And that's the filter. So we'll be installing the 24/7 surface sanitation bulb. I've already pre-drilled all my mounting holes and everything. So we're going to be installing it into the system. Okay, so we'll be putting in the EnviroPure. It's going to be placed up here in the ductwork. That way it's purifying the air after it's been conditioned. Now we're going to be putting on the cover that actually supplies power. So now that that's mounted, what's left now is the ionizer, which will be getting installed before the filter, and then the power supply for all of it. And that'll be our John Wayne indoor air quality products. So that's everything for the indoor air quality products. And now this family is nice and clean. Now on to the next job.
Well, with more people at home these days because of the pandemic, hot tubs and swim spas are in high demand. And we know where you can get popular made in the USA spas today through Sunday. Paradise Spas and Outdoor Living will be at the San Antonio Home and Garden Show. And here to tell us more is Dave Detman, Ambassador for Master Spas, also known as Dr. Gadget. Good afternoon.
Hey, good afternoon. It's great to see you. Thanks for having me.
Of course. So tell us, what can folks expect to see at the show?
Well, this weekend is the place to be. What's really happening across the country is that there's a national shortage of hot tubs and swim spas, but not in San Antonio this weekend. This weekend, they can expect to see hot tubs, swim spas, In fact, from Paradise Outdoor, they actually have swim spas, hot tubs, and outdoor living products as well.
So you mentioned the shortage. Why is that happening?
Well, there's actually been a cultural phenomenon taking place across the country. I've been fortunate enough to actually travel the country with master spas and actually witness this. People are spending more time with their families and the quality of controlling their backyard and actually the fun. For example, like water, we don't know what the future of warm temperature water is going to be or cool temperature water for swimming is going to be. But I think the simple answer really truly is we're taking control of our lives post-pandemic now. And we are saying, you know, as families, you know what, we want to spend more time together. And hot tubs and swim spas are the perfect solution because swim spas are actually a perfect answer for that. You know, maybe you're thinking about an in-ground pool. Well, this is a cost-effective solution to get recreational swimming, exercise, and a hot tub at the same time. You can actually come down and actually physically see Master Spa's #1 selling swim spa in the world that's actually endorsed by Michael Phelps.
And Dave, there are some benefits to swim spas, right, as far as health?
Yes, you can come experience the world's only hot tub with biomagnetic therapy, clinically proven with hydrotherapy to reduce the inflammation and increase the blood flow. And not to mention the largest selection of swim spas and hot tubs at this weekend's home show.
All right, I'm in. I want one of those at my house today. How fast can it get there?
Well, there is immediate delivery. When I say immediate delivery, you come down, you find a swim spa and a hot tub from Paradise Outdoor, swimming and hot tubs and everything that they've got. You are going to be able to take it home for immediate delivery. Sometimes we see people actually say, we're ready, our electric's in, we're ready to go, and we'll deliver within 48 hours of the actual show this weekend.
Dave Detman, ambassador for Master Spas, thank you so much for your time. We're going to fill folks in right now on a special deal to get your $1,000 instant discount coupon for any swim spa or $500 discount for any hot tub. Just go to the website, TexasSpaShow.com. The San Antonio Home and Garden Show is happening today through Sunday at the Alamo Dome. All you have to do is look for the Paradise Spas booth. Mike is wearing blue and purple today.
Sienna's wearing blue. No kidding.
We climbed a new heights on Monday on SA Live. We'll see you then.